First of all, thank you very much for joining this call. Uh, I can see more people joining, so we'll start in a minute, right? So just give me a moment. Uh, Till the time we are having this started, I would request everyone to write your city name from where you are and also from the company where you belong to or from where we have joined so that we can get to know how many people from which part of country we have. I can say Mr. Venkatji, he has joined, he has sent. Great. So I can see many people joining right now. Okay. So let's get started with this wonderful afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are doing great. And more importantly, I hope your internet connection is stable today because that's usually the biggest cybersecurity risk during webinars, right? A warm welcome to today's webinar on how does secured and unified PAM stand out, a live product walkthrough. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us. Before we dive in, a few quick housekeeping rules. This session is being recorded, so yes, no pressure, everything is on record. All participants will remain on mute to keep things smooth and distraction free. You can drop your questions anytime in the chat box. We'll address as many questions during the dedicated Q&A session at the end. So feel free to be interactive. We promise we won't ignore any of your questions. Now, let me quickly introduce Meteonica and myself. I am Amit, taking care of this business development part and Meteonic. And at Meteonic, we are tools consultant organization helping enterprise choose the right tools, not just the popular ones. With 19 plus years of experience serving 350 plus clients across India, we act as a non-stop shop for all tools requirement. And honestly, in today's world, there are so many tools in the market that sometimes choosing one feels harder than solving the actual problems. That's where we come in. We work closely with organizations to understand their challenges and provide unbiased consulting and recommend solutions that actually solve problems, not just add dashboards. We are proud to support the software and security community, covering the gray hairs across industries because let's face it, most real problems live in those gray areas, not in presentations. Today's session is in collaboration with Securedin, a secure cybersecurity company, and if there is one area where organizations still struggle despite having multiple tools, it's managing privileged access effectively. So, what's in it for today? In this session, you will get a clear understanding of how secured and unified PAM stands out, a look into key capabilities and workflows, a live product walkthrough, the best part, no marketing fluff, just real product. Practical insights to evaluate PAM solutions for your environment. Because at the end of the day, security isn't about how many tools you have it's about how well they actually work together. Now, coming to the most important part, the speaker. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Bala Venkatramani, co-founder and CEO of Securedin. Bala brings nearly 25 years of experience in enterprise security and product management. He has worked extensively on why many PAM implements fail and how organizations can move towards a unified practical security approach. We strongly believe in reducing complexity and delivering measurable securities outcomes, which honestly is what every security team is aiming for today. So, without taking much time, and before I risk saying something less secure than your password, I'll hand it over to Bala. Over to you, Bala.
Yeah. Thanks, Amit, for the introduction. Thanks, Mechanic team, for organizing this webinar. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bala. the CEO of Security, a cybersecurity company focusing on the access security part of IT security. And thank you for joining this webinar session today. So as we all know, privileged access has become very critical today, and the market is flooded with a lot of PAM vendors. There are companies that have been in the market for more than 20, 30 years. Yet the IT teams, they struggle with legacy PAM solutions that bring operational overhead, poor user adoption, performance issues, fragmented architectures, high costs, long deployment cycles. The pain points are endless. So that is exactly where a secured and unified PAM takes a different approach. So built on a very lightweight unified architecture, secured and eliminates complexity and delivers fast measurable outcomes. Customers often go live in a matter of a few weeks. They significantly reduce operational overhead and lower total cost of ownership. So in this session, I will briefly show you how this unified approach works in practice. I will then explain how exactly Securedon stands out from the rest of the solutions in the market. So as Amit pointed out, this session is purely technical, absolutely no marketing pitch, nothing of that sort. I will provide a technical walkthrough of our product, and some of my product managers have also joined this call. So if you have any technical questions at the end of the call, they might be able to answer. Um, so with this introduction, let's dive into the demo directly. Before that, I will just take about 30 seconds to introduce the company to you. Just 30 seconds. So I'm sharing my screen with you. So I hope you are all are able to see my screen. Um, so as I said, Securedon is a cybersecurity company focusing on the access security part of IT security. So what we offer is a unified privileged access security solution, not just privileged access. We cover some part of the identity security also. So we are a complete identity security platform, and obviously it is built for the AI era we are all dealing today. And as far as the company is concerned, it's headquartered in the US, and R&D happens here in Chennai in India. And we are backed by renowned venture capital firms like Tiger Global, Axel, and other VCs. And say the company was founded in the year 2018, so it has been close to 7 years now. And we have got a global customer base across many different verticals. Say banking, financial, government, education, healthcare, a lot of other. We serve more than 30 different verticals. And we count on some of the renowned names across the globe as customers. Say something like NASA's Tennis Space Center, Pepsi, General Dynamics, Verizon, those kind of organizations. And in India, we count on the names like Big Basket, Aspire Systems, Sexaware, Hinduja Group, CAMS, Miri Assets. So a lot of other companies as our customers. So with this short introduction about this about the company, I dive into the demo directly. So I'm just yeah. So I hope you are all able to see the product window. So Amit, could you please confirm if the screen is visible, or one of the attendees could please confirm? Yes, yeah, thank you. Got the confirmation. Thank you. So what you see on the screen here is the unified PAM, what we call as the unified PAM. The product name is unified PAM. So we call this as unified PAM because it covers the entire spectrum of privileged access security in a single package. So the base layer of this product is a password vaulting module. You typically do a discovery of your network, consolidate all credentials, and establish a central password repository. On top of that, this product serves as a remote access solution. So you can ensure just-in-time access to your critical resources without disclosing the credentials to your users. And you can enforce all best practices. It could be password security, best practices, access security, best practices. You can enforce all best practices. You can use this product as a session management solution as well. So your users will be launching privileged sessions. All those sessions can be recorded and played back. You can also monitor sessions live. You can enforce least privileges using this product. Say, remove local administrator rights across workstations, make everyone a standard user, and then handle privilege escalations on demand. All these features and more are available in a single package we call as Unified PAM. And what you see on the screen here is the administrator interface. For end users, this is going to look a lot simpler, but just for this webinar purpose, I'm showing you the admin interface, all configurations and settings so that you get a complete understanding of the product. So before I dive into the demo, I will take a few seconds to explain our architecture. So how we deliver this product, what are all the different components. So we deliver this product in primarily two models. One is the on-prem or self-hosted model. The other one is the SaaS version. In the on-prem model, we deliver the product as a binary package, just an exe file, which you can install on any standard Windows machine within your premises, or put it on a VM, or host it on your private cloud platforms, AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. So it's completely on-prem or self-hosted. And the binary that we provide is a self-contained package. It contains everything you need, including the backend database, web server, everything. So you don't require any other hardware or software to make this product work. So that is number one. And number two, the second option we provide for deployment is we provide a SaaS version of our product. So we host it on AWS. So you can sign up for an account and start using that. So these are the two options. And the first thing you will do after deploying this product is to onboard your users into this product. So there are certain configurations and settings you will do before getting into the privileged access management part. It usually starts with the user management part. So you can integrate with your directory services like on-prem Active Directory or Entra or LDAP or Google Workspace. Or you can even add users locally in this product as well. So there are many different options for you to onboard your users. And when you integrate with your directory services, we just leverage the authentication mechanism of AD or Entra or whatever directory you use. So your users will be able to log into this product using their directory services, directory credentials itself. And once you onboard your users, the next step is to assign roles for your users. So our product comes with role-based access controls. There are certain predefined user roles, and there is also a provision to create any number of custom roles as you want. And once you have created your users and assigned them with the roles, the next step is to enforce MFA. So the first authentication factor to access this product is either the directory authentication or the native authentication of a product. On top of that, you can enforce a second authentication layer, which could be one of the many options we support. So this is a complete MFA option is available, and our product also integrates with the SAML-based single sign-on solutions. So if you are using Okta, G Suite, Azure AD SSO kind of solutions, Entra SSO kind of solutions, you can readily integrate and provide the single sign-on experience for your users to access this product. So these are all the primary configurations and settings you will do. And once you have done the settings, you are now ready to do the privileged access management operations. So before getting started with a product like this, what we see in many organizations is that different teams in the organization follows different password management practices. That is where a lot of issues crop up. Say some teams keep the data on spreadsheets, some other teams use simple solutions, some homegrown password management solutions, or some password management solutions, standalone password management solutions, or some other teams might even be using the keeping printouts of all the credentials. So there are many different ways in which the credentials are handled. And your first job is to consolidate all such credentials and create a central password repository. So this consolidation can be done in three ways. The first and easiest option is say the import option. So if you have your data in the form of a spreadsheet or a CSV, you can, or if you are already using any other password management solution, you can export your data from those solutions and import them into this product. So it's pretty straightforward. Whatever be the format in which you have your data, you will be able to onboard that into the product. And the second option is our product comes with a continuous discovery engine. So you can discover Flaw as a service, cloud applications, the network devices, databases, AI agents. So a lot of everything that you have in environment, you will be able to discover, and our product discovers those resources and it automatically creates the inventory. For example, if you are doing a discovery of your Windows resources, our product discovers all Windows computers and then it enumerates all the local accounts, domain accounts, and also the dependencies like services, scheduled tasks, or IS app pools that are dependent on a particular service account. All those things are discovered and the inventory is automatically built. So it's a continuous and very powerful discovery engine. And the third option for you to build this central repository is to do a manual addition. Say on an ongoing basis, you're commissioning a new server or a new web application, and you want to bring those credentials under management in this product, you can do a manual addition as well. So these are the three ways in which you will build the central repository. And once you have created the inventory, you are now ready to do the management operations. Say assume you want to access this particular account. When you click on the left hand side, on the right hand side, you see all information about this account, like who owns this, when was it created, when was it last accessed, modified, all such information. And one of the most basic options in the product is the ability to view the passwords. Say if, especially if you are the owner of a particular resource, obviously you will be able to view the password. This can be absolutely restricted for other users. So if you have the permission to view a particular password, you will be able to click and view the password. You can copy the password to clipboard, copy the username to clipboard. This is the basic password management functionality. But the advanced option in our product is the ability to launch one-click connections, say one-click RDP or SSH or SQL connections or connections with websites, web applications. So the primary purpose is access control. So you need access to your resources, and this product streamlines all access. So you can allow your users to access those resources in a single click without getting access to the underlying credentials. Just click and launch a connection. So in the case of launching an RDP or SSH or SQL connections, there are two options. One is launching a completely web-based connection. So it launches connections through browser. So from any standard browser, it opens another browser window and logs you into the device, works out of the box. But if you want to use native tools for RDP or SSH or SQL, like Remote Desktop Manager or PuTTY or Secure CRT, DB Visualizer, any such tool, you can do that as well. So it's very, very powerful and flexible, one-click connection launching. And then you can use this product handle shared accounts as well. Say in a team environment, say assume the IT team members are working in different shifts, and obviously they will need access to the resources. So you can securely grant access to your resources to your team members. It could be an individual user or a group or team of users, or even you can use this product to manage vendor access, third-party access. If you're working with contractors or any vendors, or even your own users working from home, remote users, you can grant secure remote access to internal resources to external users without requiring a VPN or without opening an inbound port. I will cover that as part of vendor access, but here I'm just mentioning that you can share a resource with individual users or groups of users or even third-party vendors or contractors, and you can assign granular access permissions. Say, for example, I'm sharing this with this group. I can allow the members of this group to view the password, or I can allow them to view as well as change the password, or I can give them management permission. So these are all obviously a higher permissions, but there is something called open connection permission. So this is the least permission. When you share an account with this permission, what happens is the members of this group will be able to launch a connection to the resource, but they will not be able to see the password. For example, if I share this particular account with you with open connection permission, this password field won't be available to you at all. So you'll just be able to launch a connection. So this is one of the most used features in our product. And then on an on-demand basis, you can do a password reset. So if you want to change the password of this particular resource, you can take the help of our password generator that helps generate strong passwords based on the complexity rules you define as a policy. And when you select this option, change the password on the remote device, the password is first changed on the remote device. And once it is successful, it is updated here in the local vault. So this is on-demand password reset. And then our product also comes with a robust just-in-time workflow. And this is one of the critical requirements for most of the organizations. When it comes to privileged access, organizations want to grant just-in-time access. So we have made it very powerful as well as very flexible. Say you can configure it the way you need for your organization. And the just-in-time access is available at three models. The first option, I will pick an example here. Say you have a developer who requires access to a database in production. So instead of granting ready access to the resource, you want to enforce a request release process. So whenever the developer requires access, he or she will have to raise a request. The request goes to the administrator or to their manager. They will review the request and grant them time limited permissions. So you are provisioning access to an existing account in a resource. Say, assume I'm the developer who needs access. I will raise a request. I will say between 9 and 10 tomorrow, I need access to this resource, and this is the reason why I need access. So request goes to the administrators. For example, you are provisioning me access. I will be able to launch a connection to the resource only during that time window, not before or later. So it's all those things follow a very well defined workflow. At the end of the usage period, my access will be automatically terminated, and the password can all be automatically randomized once the access is terminated. So this is one option for just-in-time access. And the second option is our product provides what is called ephemeral access. Say at the time of launching an account, our product can create a short-lived account, a temporary account, and provision access to the user. So instead of granting access to an existing account, you are creating a new account on the fly and provisioning access. So at the end of the usage period, the access is terminated and the account itself will be destroyed. Say, of course, you will have complete audit trails, session recording, all those things, but the account itself will be destroyed. So ephemeral access is the second option. And the third model for the just-in-time access is granting just-in-time admin access to standard users. So you can make any user an administrator in his or her own mission for a temporary duration, like 30 minutes or 1 hour with complete controls and monitoring. So that is the third part. I will explain this in a bit more detail when I cover the least privilege enforcement part. But for now, I want to mention that the just-in-time access is available at multiple models. And then our product also helps you to manage the dependencies like Windows service accounts. So when you are doing a discovery of your Windows resources, our product discovers all. Before that, there is a question on the chat window. Okay, so I'll take up the questions at the end of the presentation. So Venkat has questions. I'll take that up at the end of the presentation. So now, so our product also helps you to manage the Windows service accounts. So when you're doing a discovery of your Windows resources, as I mentioned earlier, our product discovers all the local accounts, domain accounts, and also the dependencies like services, scheduled tasks, or IaaS app pools that are dependent on a particular domain account. All those things are discovered. So you get complete visibility of all the dependencies. That's number one. And number two, whenever you are changing the password of a service account, the password change is pushed across all the dependencies automatically. So you need not have to worry about a service or a scheduled task stopping when you are carrying out a password reset. That's automatically taken care of by your product. So complete service accounts management is available. And then the history of all password changes that you make on a resource, they are all captured here. Just in case you want to refer to an old password, that is always available here. So these are all some of the basic functionalities. Now moving on to some advanced functions. Our product helps you to create folders. So you can recreate your organization's hierarchy, like you have multiple departments or divisions within a department or multiple locations. Based on any such criteria, you can create folders and then group the privileged accounts in the form of folders. And once you create the folder structure, you will be able to perform various operations in bulk. Like you can share an entire folder or a subfolder with an individual user or a group of users with granular access restrictions. You can configure the just-in-time workflow at the folder level for multiple accounts at one go. And you can also do automated periodic remote password resets. Say once in 90 days or 120 days, you want to change the password of certain resources, you can just create a scheduled task and our product assigns a strong unique passwords to each of the accounts that are part of the folder. So automated periodic remote password resets that's available. And then our product also provides the connections tab. The accounts tab lists down the individual accounts that are part of a resource. The connections tab is just the opposite. It lists down the resources you have access to. And within a particular resource, say you have access to this server, and within that server, you have access to multiple accounts, you can choose a particular account and launch a connection. So if you are dealing with a lot of remote access operations, this tab will come in handy. And then, as I mentioned earlier, our product serves as a vendor access solution as well. So if you are working with third-party vendors or contractors, you can grant secure remote access to internal resources to external vendors or contractors. And for this particular module alone, you will have to deploy or you will have to create a vendor access portal for your organization on Secured and Cloud. The portal as such will not store any data. It just acts as an interface for your vendors to access, and then it authenticates the vendors. And then there is a tunnel between the portal and the PAM at your end. The tunnel takes care of routing the connections. So that's how it works. And you'll be able to handle all types of vendors, like the vendors that you are working with on a long-term basis, the vendors you are working with on a temporary or say a vendor is coming to your premises for a commissioning operation. They are going to be for a transactional purpose for a couple of weeks. You can handle all types of vendors. Our product takes care of deprovisioning promptly. And then, say, Secured offers a very comprehensive auditing mechanism. So every single operation performed in the product is captured as an audit trail. And the good thing is that you will be able to generate custom reports out of these audit trails. So you have a compliance audit, the auditor is asking for certain specific reports. You can filter the audit records and create your own reports. So it's very, very powerful. And you can also trigger real-time alerts. Say when someone is accessing a highly sensitive resource, you want to get a notification. Or when someone is carrying out a password reset, you want to get notified. So you can do all such things. Uh, See, all those things are based on the auditing mechanism. And you can also integrate with your SIM solutions. So if you are using Oxite or QRadar or Splunk or any other SIM or log management solution, you can integrate. And our product sends information related to privileged access or password management to your SIM solution for further correlation and analysis. And in addition to, sorry, yeah, I think I logged out of the device. I'm sorry about that. I'm just logging back in. I'm just stopping share for a moment. I'm sorry about that.
Uh, till the
I
time
got
he
it
is.
back. Yeah, I got it back. I'm sorry.
Okay, great,
Uh,
great.
yeah, that's the
So,
question.
meanwhile, I would also request everyone to share your questions and we'll be addressing them by the end of the session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was talking about SIM integration. So if you're dealing with Oxide, Curada, Splunk, or any other SIM or log management solution, you can integrate. And our product sends information related to privileged access to the SIM solution for further correlation and analysis. And in addition to text-based audit trails, our product also comes with complete session recording. The RDP or SSH or SQL sessions that are launched from the product, they can all be recorded and played back. Say for forensic audits, you can choose to store recorded sessions and playback. And similarly, if you can also do an active session monitoring, real-time monitoring. Say some of your external users or vendors or some of your internal users have launched a connection to a sensitive resource. If you want to monitor what they're actually doing with the access, you can do a live monitoring. Say if you find any suspicious activity, you can terminate the session. Or if the user needs some assistance, you can join the session and collaborate as well. So complete session management is available. And then as part of admin operations, you can create policies in the product. It could be a password policy like defining complexity rules like minimum characters, maximum characters, allowed characters, denied characters, password age. You can also prevent usage of certain specific weak patterns from being used as passwords. So you can do once you create a policy, our product helps you to enforce the policy across the organization. And then this is the least privilege enforcement module I was talking about. We call this as privilege elevation and delegation. So all other PAM vendors are selling this as a separate product, as endpoint privilege management solution. So in our case, it is part of the PAM itself. Mm, Say at a very high level, for this particular module alone, you will have to deploy a lightweight agent, the secured an agent. The agents are available for Windows, Linux, and Mac. Once you deploy the agent, it discovers all the local administrator accounts that are present in all the managed computers. And then it also discovers all the applications and processes that are running on the managed computer. Say the applications and processes that require administrator rights. Those applications are discovered. And then you will be creating control policies. Say, for example, you want to allow a Zoom meeting for everyone in your organization. You will whitelist that. Or you want to allow or create an allow list, like a Zoom meeting is allowed, all Microsoft applications are allowed, all Adobe applications are allowed, everything else should be blocked. Then you can create an allow list. Or you can even choose to block certain specific applications. Going back to the same example, you don't want to allow Zoom meetings for anyone in your organization. You can block it. Or you want to allow Zoom meeting only for a specific group. It should be blocked for others. You can do that as well. It is very flexible. You can create the policy in any manner you want. So once you create the policy or the agent that is sitting on the end user mission, it controls the privileges. It elevates the applications for standard users. And you can also grant just-in-time admin access. This is what I was talking about, option 3 of just-in-time access. So you can make a user an administrator in his or her own machine for a temporary duration, like 30 minutes or 1 hour, with complete controls and monitoring. And then our product, all going back to other PAM features, so our product offers a very rich set of APIs. So these APIs are mainly for managing the non-human identities or machine identities or the identities that work in an automated environment like machine to machine or application to application kind of scenarios where the user need to hard code the credentials. So I'm sorry. So our product helps you to store all credentials in the PAM solution and then you can just make use of the API. It could be a script or a configuration file or whatever. It can just make use of the API to fetch the credential at runtime and connect to the resource. So this is probably a very simple use case, but the APIs are available for all other purposes as well. And then our product comes with a complete self-service password management module, SSPR module. This is mainly to help the domain users to self-reset their domain passwords, or if they are logged out of their domain accounts, they can unlock all by themselves without contacting the IT help desk. So complete self-service password reset module is available. And then our product readily integrates with your existing IT infrastructure. So if you are dealing with multiple AD or Entra domains, you can integrate and manage the users and resources that are present on multiple domains from a single instance of Security. It also integrates with your ticketing systems, help desk or ITSM solutions. You can integrate with any solution you might be having. And then it provides browser extensions for Chrome, Firefox, Edge, and Safari browsers. These are mainly to manage the passwords of websites and web applications, autofill credentials, auto launch connections, all those things. And then there are desktop applications for Windows, Mac, and Linux. This is mainly for offline access. And there are mobile apps for iOS and Android. You can selectively grant mobile access to your users. And then the product also offers remote file transfer capabilities. So when taking a remote connection, if you want to share or transfer files from a local computer to a remote computer or from one server to another server, all those things you can do. Secure remote file transfer features are available. And then our product, if you go with the on-prem model, it comes with the high availability architecture, a primary server and a secondary server. In addition to that, you can have a read-only replica on a separate subnet. So your users get uninterrupted access to the credentials, even in the unlikely scenario of a primary server going down, or if even primary, secondary both going down, users will still have access to the credentials. And then for disaster recovery purposes, you can configure periodic backup of the entire database and store it in a secure location. If something goes wrong, you can recover your data from the backup copy, and the restoration process is simple, fast, and very secure. And then, as I mentioned earlier, our product is not just a PAM platform. So it is a complete identity security platform. So it consists of features like IGA, identity governance, cloud, CAEM, cloud and identities and entitlements management, and then an AI-based risk intelligence module. So that does behavior analytics and does some risk scoring, and it automatically takes some remediation measures if the score goes beyond a certain level. And then for the emerging AI-related things, we offer a complete AI security model. It helps you to manage the AI agents and MCP servers. So all those things are available. So we are a complete identity security platform, not just a PAM solution. And now coming back to the PAM features, our product provides a very rich set of reports. You get to see the list of all applications, software, and processes that are running on each managed computer, list of all service accounts and their dependencies, and then list of all local administrator accounts, and then a list of vendors and their access permissions, and list of internal users and their access permissions. So who has access to what, you will be able to track. And if someone is leaving the organization, you can quickly generate a report, review all their access permissions, and then automatically change the passwords as for security reasons. And then just the opposite of this is the account access report. When you select a particular privileged account, this report shows who all have access to this account and what permission do they have. So all these access reports help you to track who has access to what at any point of time. And then there are compliance monitoring reports. You are creating various policies in the product, and this report checks for compliance, and it if anything is not compliant, it shows them in this report, and then you can also take remedial measures. And then the product also provides the expiration alerting report. You can set password age, and it gives timely reminders on expiration. You can also automatically change the passwords upon expiration. And then there is a very comprehensive security analysis report. And this report has got two components. One is the strength assessment component, and the other one is the dark web monitoring. In the strength assessment component, our product carries out an independent assessment of all the credentials stored here, like whether you are making use of dictionary-based passwords, or it contains a part of the username itself as the password. If you are reusing the same password across multiple resources, if you are keeping something unchanged for a prolonged time period, based on many such criteria, it analyzes and provides you with a strength score. If something is found to be weak, it tells you what are all the things you need to change and make them strong. So this is one part. In the dark web monitoring part, more than 5 billion credentials that were stolen across various security incidents, they are all available as a dump for anyone to see on the dark web. And this report gives you an option to check if any of the passwords stored here matches with the breached passwords database. If so, it gives you an alert, and you can ask your users to change those passwords and prevent any identity based attacks. So I think I have covered almost all important features of the PAM platform, and I will just take a couple of minutes to explain. So because the topic of this presentation is how the secured and PAM stands out from other solutions in the market, because you have so many PAM vendors. So why should you go for a solution like us? Uh, we have spoken to our customers, so are already using our PAM solution. Why they chose our product and what were the issues they were facing. They repeatedly saying that other legacy solutions available in the PAM market, they come with a huge operational overhead. So you require multiple servers. Even when you go for the SaaS model, you need to deploy multiple connectors within your environment. So these you require you need to manage multiple servers, agents, and lot of time goes on managing the PAM solution itself. You need dedicated IT staff to manage the PAM solution itself. So that is number one issue. The second issue is that the PAM solutions themselves are very, very complex, and because of that, end users find it very difficult to use the product, and they start looking for some workarounds, and that leads to shadow IT behavior. And then the third important thing is many PAM solutions have some performance issues. Say, especially when it comes to just-in-time access, there are latency issues and failures in quick various workflows, say like remote session management or just-in-time access. All these things directly impact the productivity of the users. That's number three. And number four, very important thing is most of the PAM solutions follow fragmented architecture. Say they offer disconnected modules. As I mentioned, you have the password vaulting module, session management, the discovery, least privilege enforcement, self-service. So all those things are kind of separate modules or separate products. You end up having multiple point products from the same vendor or multiple vendors. So that actually complicates the whole process. You don't have a unified security posture. It increases the complexity. That's the fourth important thing. And the fifth one is total cost of ownership becomes very unsustainable. Uh, Beyond the product licensing fee, you deal with a huge infrastructure. You need to spend on, in some instances, customers are managing 15, 20 servers just for the PAM solution alone. So infrastructure cost is huge, and it requires a specialized technicians, and ongoing maintenance is a big pain. And all these things make the solution economically inefficient at scale. So that's number five. And number six, the PAM deployment itself quite often becomes very long. Like it even takes 18, 20 months. After purchasing a product, still organizations are not going live. So all these things are we repeatedly hear from our customers. And our differentiated advantage is that our product, our platform directly addresses these challenges. What we offer is a lightweight, modern, unified architecture that is fast to deploy and easy to operate. So that is where our differentiation, or that is where our secured and PAM stands out from other solutions in the market. So you can go live even in complex environments in as little as 6 weeks, I would say. And then you can achieve up to 80% reduction in time to value, even 75% reduction in operational overhead, and more than 60% lower total cost of ownerships. So customers perceive as a fundamentally better operating model for enterprise PAM. So in terms of features, if you compare PAM solutions for features, all solutions typically offer the same set of features. So you cannot find differentiation in features. But the differentiation actually comes in eliminating operational complexity, a single unified architecture, deploy once, manage everything, drastically reduce administrative burdens. So that is one important thing. Other thing is removing user friction and security risks. The product is very, very intuitive, easy to use. So end users do not find it difficult to use. Quite often clunky interface drives users to dangerous shadow IT practices. We eliminate those things. And then we actually solve the technical debt, like performance bottlenecks I was mentioning, say in just-in-time access or session management. Those things actually degrade reliability. In our case, our product is engineered for scale and speed. So experience, performance, where it actually matters the most. And then we unify siloed management. So I was talking about other vendors operate, following multiple modules. So you deal with multiple interfaces or multiple dashboards. In our case, it is a unified architecture. It helps you govern all identities, be it human or machine or AI, all those things from a single command center. And then finally, the total cost of ownership. That's becoming very, very important. Say the combined weight of complexity, friction, debt, silos, all those things actually explode the total cost of ownership. So in our case, it is a consolidated or unified efficient platform that cuts direct costs and liberates your team's bandwidth. You don't require IT team members to manage the solution. So it's kind of very, very lightweight. You invest in security, not in managing security tools. That is the actual differentiation. So that is how our product stands out from other vendors in the market. So with this, I will, I've concluded my presentation. Now we can take up questions. Uh, yeah. So now first, the question is from Venkat. So why create a new account? Why not remove access after use or timeout? Yeah, that's obviously available. That is what I mentioned as part of ephemeral access. So if you want to do that, you can. That's completely an option. So at the time of launching a connection, a short-lived account is created. That is destroyed. Exactly what you have asked. That is available in the product. So we present that as an option. And then the next question is, do you have custom launches or connectors? If yes, do you monitor or record sessions for customers? Exactly, yeah. So I forgot to mention that. Thanks for bringing this up. So we provide the custom launcher. So we call that as custom application launcher. You can self-support any application. I've been repeatedly talking about launching RDP or SSH or SQL connections, connections with websites, web applications. But if you are dealing with any legacy applications, say you have a legacy ERP solution or some thick client applications, and you want to bring all those solutions under management in the PAM solution, you want to allow your users to launch connections, you can absolutely do that. We provide the custom application launcher creation. You can self-support any such application. You don't require our assistance at all. You can just create a profile for any such application. There is absolutely no limitation. And you can manage and you can record so all those sessions. So in this connection, I forgot to talk about one important thing in our architecture. So our product follows the remote gateway model. Assume when a user is taking a remote web-based connection to a resource, the connection goes through the secured server, which acts as the default gateway. But if you want, you can configure a separate hardened machine to service the gateway. When you do that, all remote operations will be routed through the gateway, including session initiation, session recording, password changes, everything will be routed through the gateway. You can deploy as many gateways as you want. Say, for example, all connections originating from a particular location should go through this gateway, or all connections from this particular domain should go. So whatever way you want, you can define. And this remote gateway is a very powerful feature. And you will be able to completely record all the sessions that are launched from custom application launcher profiles as well. I think I've answered that question. And then the other question is, yeah. So I think we have received these three questions. If there are any other questions, we can also take them now.
Okay, if you have any question, please write. You can write those questions, and I can see Mr. Shankar, who is raising his hand. If you want to ask any question, you can write the question in the chat box. We would be happy to answer that. Okay, great. I hope everyone found it valuable and maybe even identified a few gaps in their current setup. And that's actually the way these sessions go. So you can definitely ask any question. You can write your questions in the chat box, and even after the session, we will be happy to assist you or give you the answers. Maybe through call or maybe through mail or something, or you can directly see your chat box and everything. Okay. So in the interest of time, I would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Bala sir, for giving precious information and all that inputs. I hope everyone will find this really helpful. And if you would like to explore secured and unified PAM solution in more detail, schedule a one-on-one demo session. I have already g- given the link in the chat box, so you can schedule a one-on-one session, and or to discuss any tools requirement with Medionic, you can also schedule a session with us. We would more than happy to connect with you again. And because at the end of the day, our goal is simple: help you choose the right tools and actually solve the problems. Okay. So thank you very much, Bala sir, and thank you
Thanks,
everyone for
Amit.
joining this call and for participating in this session. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank
Have a
you.
great day.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Okay, I can see we have some questions